whereas McDaniel has played a lot more with the injury to Jalen Llewellyn.
He's got to be sharp, too. Don't force the issue. There's that little drop D.
Weaving through, missed the shot.
They did a nice job covering Dickinson on the post. Top of the key. Gotta stay at home.
Smith denied by Dickinson. It's ringing around and picked up by McDaniel.
Oh, Dickinson's doing a nice job early. Watch him. Did the early offense with a kick out.
Williams was raked on the arm by Braden Smith.
We got some talented performers out here. Big time opportunity. The big fellas looming large. Just a good understanding of where to be. Pass the ball. Good cuts are going to help the big guys. How about the other end? Oh, pass the mashed potatoes, huh? Reaching across the table big time.
The NFC Championship kicks off Sunday on Fox.
Play for your brother today.
Brock Purdy looks to continue his storybook run for the Niners. But Jalen Hurts and the top-seeded Eagles await, looking to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl.
Touchdown!
The NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax. Pre-game coverage begins Sunday at 1 Eastern with the game at 3 on Fox.
The Honor Dogs are a group of fringe separatists planning an attack. We need your help.
911 Lone Star, all new Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Pricking your fingers stinks. I really hated it. With Dexcom G6, I don't have to prick my fingers anymore. This little wearable sends my glucose number straight to my phone.
You can see your number and where it's heading. It's so much easier to make adjustments, and I can get alerts before I go too high or too low.
The first time I saw my glucose on my phone, I cried.
Yeah, it's life-changing. It really is life-changing.
The Dexcom G6 has helped me lower my A1C.
Now I feel like I got this.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that Progressive Home and Auto bundle day and night. We left our blood, sweat, and tears on that yard. Well, Jamie did anyway.
So is this stuff really fresh?
Yes. I mean, yeah, we don't have freezers. It's definitely real food. And we always have fresh stuff coming in. I mean, this is guac that you can get.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Definitely.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates or filing returns.
Avalara.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle.
Come out, you have been waiting long enough. You'll only hear the knock, knock, knock of your own heart, a signal. And this is all we need. This is the day, no
Back here in Ann Arbor, Michigan by 3, 13-10 and 14-40 here in the first. 6 in a row in the win column for Purdue. Their only loss this year and their best start in school history through 20 games came against Rutgers on a last-second hit. Michigan last beat a #1 team. Tractor Trailer was here. It was Duke, and they were down 17 in that game. They ended up winning. So let's see.
You were in grade school then, I think.
Approximately. I was 14, maybe.
How about the two centers now getting a blow? One foul each. Right now, Dickinson again at the timeout. He's doing all the chatting. It's really admirable. I mean, the force, vocally as well as his prominence physically.
Well, we know he can talk. I mean, Matt Painter told us he was on a podcast with him earlier this year, I believe. Had a nice chat. Purdue was
shared
involved.
the mic?
Yeah, that's right.
I guess you weren't invited, huh?
I was not. No, I think I was busy that day with a White Sox game. Williams to the free throw line. Michigan so far this year, 260th in the country in free throw shooting. That one is good for a 70% foul shooter in Terrence Williams.
There's all nice things, though. Pick and pop three, can offensive rebound. Pushes the ball for this team. Undersized, and they move him around. Power forward, small forward, depending on, of course, Jet Howard's availability and when they play big.
These next couple minutes will be interesting with the two bigs off the floor.
I think Michigan goes some power game if they like, with Reed Jr. on the floor. Ren as well. A little back screen roll.
A couple freshmen playing the 5 with Reed and with Kaufman-Renn.
Ren's a good player.
Smith reverses it up and in.
Cute, huh? They retired his jersey. Did you see that? His high school jersey?
They did, yeah, at Westfield High.
Pretty impressive. This kid, he's the real deal running the show.
All-time leading scorer there in Westfield. He was the first D1 recruit from that school, so a tremendous legacy there as that floater won't go and a foul called against Reed.
That little floater you're going to get, either not on the floor. His drop defense, you've got to really perfect that shot, that foul line release, but Buffkin pretty good at it. Using the rim here with the big guy around. Clever. The little guy to the 10.
Braden Smith in shoot-around made a half-court shot, and he was so excited about it.
He was shooting the bow and arrow. He did the whole thing.
He had a little jump Teskey hit him from back in the day. He used to shoot the bow and arrow. But yeah, there was a whole dance on the choreography situation. Smith down the lane, got hit, and he'll go to the free throw line now. Let's see how the substitution goes because Reed's got his second.
Well, the big thing, too, is there's nobody down there dominating the low box area. Guards can blow by, and that's 2 attempts by Smith. Loyer's got to get going. I should remember the second half against Michigan State. He was quiet the first half and lit it up big time.
Fletcher Loyer was a bad man that day with 17 points. But Purdue, I mean, this could be a historic margin in free throw shooting and how much more they get from the line than their opponent.
No question, those opportunities. Clock stops, too. Bad as in Leroy Brown bad?
Yeah, baddest man in the whole town. Paraphrasing for safety's sake. David Jenkins comes in.
Cheddar on the floor, too. So they are playing 2 bigs at the same time. Jenkins can do some nice things out here. Can run the offense a little when they need it. Give Smith a blow.
Cheddar.
He can make it down. Tell you what, he lets the house know. Modesty, not the strong suit, but big time ring the bell.
Well, if people are taking pictures, sometimes you have to say cheese.
I love this little play. They circle the wagons with Gillis on the free throw line. Cheddar gets the foul, too. And how about this? Over helping and you pay. Late closeout. And Gillis maybe gave too much room to recover.
Cheddar, by the way, his junior year of high school, 33.5 points a game. He was a big-time scorer out of Stewartville High School in Minnesota.
He's shooting with confidence now.
3rd of his career.
7 points against Iowa. The kids do a great job chesting.
Kaufman-Renn created space with that right foot.
Good player. Matt earlier in the year was saying he felt bad he couldn't give enough minutes the way Edey was playing. This kid, a lot of promise.
Cheddar on Mason Gillis. There's Jace Howard in the game for the first time. He had that foul just a moment ago.
Drive there. About that. Again, the lift. All the bigs outside. The little guy with the blow-by.
First points for McDaniel, Michigan by 4.
The straight line drives are killers. They're so good going through the center.
Reed trying to wall up on Kaufman.
Step through, huh?
How beautiful was
He's
that?
Clever. Love it on there.
Well, he went into the lane the last time. He pivoted the other way this time.
Very smart. They overloaded that side, so he had an open weak side.
Run for the second lines here. Buffkin misses that shot, and the rebound for Jenkins.
Nice cut again.
Oh, Newman.
Again, rim was outside. Nobody to protect at the rim.
That was a hard cut, huh? Timeout, Michigan. 20 all as we go in the huddle with Purdue's Matt Painter.
Hey, good job offensively. Good job taking your time. Okay, nice curl cut right there. Okay, nice curl cut.
All right, take us through the curl cut here.
Well, that's what he likes to do. Obviously, good screen, good cut, but the ability to lift. Chris Jenkins can step in and run the point as well to make some threes. Now look at this now. Nice screen, the curl, and Reed is caught ball watching a little bit, and nobody at home underneath. With the two big guys on the Pines, the ability of Newman, who can shoot the ball as a middle game, get to the rim. Well designed and executed.
Who do you want to drop there? Is it Reed or is it Cheddar coming from the wing?
Well, the big thing is the guy in the middle, Ren, he dominated Reed, so Reed probably had to play a little more drop defense and maybe switch it. Nice little pin down.
Joey
can shoot it.
Missed it. Second chance. It's Reed. Oh, man, two hands.
This kid's got some game. He's not afraid. He mixes it up, and I think there was a little woofing. Comment if they got a technical.
They did.
Yeah. Wow. He's got quick feet the more you watch him, too. And this is just a little overzealous and letting people know, and they're just not going to have it happen on their watch.
And here's the problem with that for Michigan, among other things, right? That's his third
foul.
Yeah, at 11-17 in the first half in a game when he was going to get some run.
You got Loyer. 79% free throw, pretty automatic for this backcourt, he and Smith.
When you said Loyer, I thought you were suggesting that Reed might need to litigate the call. 2 for 2 for Loyer.
Lawyers don't work with referees.
Hey, look, if it's billable, I think most lawyers will.
Interesting. Dickinson on the floor. Let's see if they're going to go with Edey. No, they're going to go. Yep, Smith and Edey are coming back. Whoops.
Cheddar out there with Hunter Dickinson. Wren trying to shove him away, using the body to feel him out, and then kick up top for Newman on a refeed.
Really good job by Dickinson, not giving any ground.
Ooh, a foul on Howard, and that's a second on Chase Howard.
And reach in. But Juwan Howard in practice, as you know, was working on chesting and not getting the hands in there. And Dickinson really paid attention. Terrific defensive stand.
Foul trouble has been an issue at points this year for Michigan. Some big games as Edey comes back in for Matt Painter. And Isaiah Barnes is in. He's played 79 minutes all year for Juwan Howard, but having to go deeper into the bench.
Without his son, obviously. How about it when he said he was smiling? They may not like it, but I love coaching my son. I'll hear about it a couple of years from now.
Yeah, you can tell the bond they have and the joy they have.
Shot by McDaniel. Too deep.
Right into Edey, and he somehow had enough control to spin it in.
A fumble deuce.
That should be a word. That should be the new word of the year for our friends at Merriam-Webster.
Again, starting out high. I think he's very active. Once he gives it up, hitting the screen, or they back screen him to the box. Here's the back screen to the box.
Edey will go meet him out there. And now Dickinson is met by a double and a block call. And it's a block against Purdue.
Did you see Cheddar dive to the lane, though? It was a great look if the foul hadn't been called. Very alert. Astute cut. Right here, you can just see at the end of this, Cheddar makes himself available right at the rim. That's the spot to go.
That's an enormous call. It's the second on Gillis. First back in. It would have been the second on Dickinson. Instead, it goes on Purdue. And here is Baker on the attack. And he is kicked.
Nice to see him mix his game up. He's a standstill, catch and shoot shooter.
Well, I mean, they had some discussion before the year even of trying to get Joey Baker back to the future, right? Back to where he started. He was a great scorer in high school. As that is a three from the corner for McDaniel.
He plays within himself. He can stick it 33% from three. 16th one for the year.
And a Michigan lead of 1.
The first is a guy that's got to be active if it gets into Edey. You can make this shot too first. Nice fill.
And fired up Cheddar is. That's sharp Cheddar.
It goes with the white wine or a red wine?
It's, whichever you'd like. We'll talk to the Somm. That's a second on Smith, by the way.
Jenkins comes in, and he's important.
We got 3 on Reed, 2 on Howard, 2 on Smith, 2 on Gillis on the Purdue side.
Jenkins can make plays. Little shuffle cut, they didn't get it. The big guy. See how he runs the show?
Yeah, just directing traffic.
There's the pick and pop.
Hooked it back to him. Dickinson missed it for 3.
Good rebound by Cheddar, didn't squeeze it.
Newman wants the 3. He will let it rip and miss it too strong. Edey got a hand on it.
Good ball movement. And now the cuts. First, a great offensive rebounder if there's a miss.
It's tipped by Michigan out of bounds. Deflected by the Wolverines. 9 to shoot.
Pretty good strategy, though. Get him away from the box a little bit, Edey. Be a little more physical. And on the dribble handoff, you've got to body him because he dips in and locks you.
Spun to the ball there. Now leaning on Dickinson for 2 more.
And how patient is he, too? Use that body to buoy himself, get some control.
And the look in his eyes. I mean, you watch him even screen and shoot around in practice, and he's so subdued.
Must be uncomfortable with these two. They can look eye to eye at one another.
Doesn't happen a whole lot in everyday life. Couple of shot
Quick
fakes.
move.
Dickinson got it back. Power dribble. Missed it.
Nice play by him.
Tipped it for Buttons. How about that, Ralph?
Pretty play. Boy, he's shown his competitiveness today.
That is the 9th lead change in 11 and a half minutes already.
Nice blow by Newman.
Up back down, man at the rim. Barnes comes up with it.
Cheddar and Dickinson really looking in the help position there.
McDaniel from his kneecaps missed it for 3.
I don't think he needed, but look who's there.
Dickinson's fouled.
Second on Edey, maybe?
We'll see if it's Edey. If it is Edey, it's his second. Was it Morton coming by? It was Morton on the reach.
On the other end, just collectively, and Morton reached in. With a big guy, he stays so tall. They've been taught to put the arms back, put the chest out.
Dickinson missed the first. There was some interest by Purdue for Hunter Dickinson. Matt Painter got to know him fairly well in the recruiting process. And both teams, you see it happen so much. Both teams ended up in a really good spot down low.
They thought they were in the hunt too, didn't they? But he preferred a hockey tennis player. It's worked out pretty well for both programs.
With some baseball history mixed in as well.
What would you know about baseball?
I have no idea. I'm a basketball guy. Edey on the spin, got 2 more.
Too tough. Once he locks low, say goodnight.
He said recently, I don't feel like I need 30 and 15 for us to win, but if he does get 30 and 15, they're probably going to win.
This can shoot with some confidence.
Missed it wide left. Barnes.
Trying to get his somehow.
I mean, he's got 13, right? But you're tied.
Right? A lot of points, I think, for Purdue early. It should keep you down. 7 minutes to go. Pretty good number for Michigan.
On the average, Purdue gives up fewer than 60 points a game. As these guys, you get it's almost like being a runner at first base. You get a little side conversation down low every once in a while with those two.
Let's get back to the basketball, please.
Okay, there's an open 3.
Are you going to talk about the size of the bases next?
Well, it looked like it, didn't it? It looked like Sean Casey over there talking to the base runner. You started it.
Early in the year, I watched some of these games. Jenkins plays with a lot of confidence. Now they're coming out on the three, which should open up drives and dishes.
Buffkin was side saddle on the shot. He thought he got fouled. He's calling for the foul over on the far side, but James breathing and didn't get it.
He loves that floater in the lane.
Jenkins, hard stop, looking for 5
Look at this.
How about Edey surging across the lane? 3 feet, Edey.
Cheddar did a nice job staying on first. This kid, just he was impressed by himself with that expression.
There was no dig there either.
No, not at all. Well, they do clear around, so somebody has to come back and help a little bit. That's when he can dump it off and find somebody.
A little double screen there, didn't get him anything.
There's the double and the dive. Not a good pass.
Loyer right down Main Street for his first goal.
Got to stop the ball at some point. There's a 1-on-2.
9 in a row for the Boilermakers, their largest lead at 7.
I think it's a pass went awry, not a good one. They had what they wanted, too.
Buffkin spit it out to the corner, got an open look, and Barnes misfired by a mile.
But the more you watch Purdue, they can tie you up and shut you down. It's such a good defensive team.
Very efficient offensively, too, even though everybody knows their play calls because they're on the whiteboard over on the sideline.
Edey with a nice job holding off Dickinson.
Recaptured the ball, missed it off the window, and it's taken away by first.
He really does a great job tracking it down.
Loyer was trying to size up the step back. Now Morton hooks it right in there for Edey.
Now there's a couple of digs, maybe an over dig. Nice play by Buffkin.
And got a run out.
Good pass.
Buffkin to Barnes, who missed it.
Really a good look by Buffkin, though.
But that defensive possession is what Juwan Howard wants,
no
right?
question. That's what he said in the timeout. They had just gone one-on-one early. A nice little, you got to throw everything at this big guy.
Make him think about it a little bit, at least. Jenkins got hit by Buffkin. 1-and-1 coming.
Tough to play this guy one-on-one. Look at him directing traffic, too. He wanted it on the wing for the dump down. You got to recover. He's got to commit it now. I'll tell you what, I thought he would drop step. He had the weight on the other side. This is where, defensively, a little bit of a weakness. Had to step up, stop the ball. A little 1-on-2, effective.
And now Edey will get a blow here. Kaufman-Renn back in, and a 1-and-1 for Jenkins, who's only taken 14 free throws all year. He had 4 points total his last 5 games, and he has 4 tonight already.
Well, Renn really did a nice job earlier in the game, too. A force, able to convert a little bit outside and post up as well.
Jenkins, 2 for 2. Good minutes from the bench so far for Matt Painter tonight.
Well, he can make threes, make plays. A lot of experience, and they're very fond of him. Personality, so effective.
11 points off the Purdue bench to this point. There's a closeout for Mason Gillis and a rebound for him.
The kid that does everything for that team, all the little things.
Not starting at this point with first jumping into the starting rotation, but man, Mason Gillis plays a pretty sizable 19 minutes per.
Mixing it up, Lord. A little step back. Wait for the big guy.
Now Dickinson trying to back in Kaufman-Renn.
Nice little attack away from the double, too, wasn't it? A pretty play, running the floor. Strategy on both sides, trying to control the...
Thank college basketball as a whole for being a part of this, and glad to be a part of it this week, too. As Purdue's up 9 here, Raph, and trying to build on its largest lead of the ballgame.
Need some stops. Conversely, a little touch to the big fella at some point. Do a nice job with that handoff. Then he gets to the lane.
Loyer caught the front iron and scored.
Nice hesitation, too. All the attention to Edey's dive to the rim.
They have so many options offensively, even when they don't go to Edey.
Oh, nice dive by Loyer. What a read.
Loyer run out himself, and he's fouled on the way up. It'll get 2 free throws.
A nice run by Howard, though. Saving that basket. I talked about their defense. Matt's guys are always ready. Sniffing that out big time, Loyer. Great analysis on that defensive end.
Beautiful read. There's Jett Howard. His brother Jace just picked up his 3rd personal foul. So not only do you not have the big-time scorer in Jett Howard, but your depth is challenged here with a second guy with 3 fouls.
Now, the one thing about Jett, everybody drops down a little bit on the scouting report, but he can make plays, can make threes. He's a force. And you get a primetime defender as well.
15 straight by the Purdue Boilermakers. Michigan was up 28-26.
And speaking of defenders, it would probably be Morton would have played Jett because he's such a great defender.
Well, they love Morton on defense. Bumpkin spun it up around Zach Edey.
A nice freeze going to his right as well. Pinned down and just a lock low. The ball screen.
Get it to Edey anyway through Newman.
He waits for the traffic and a little dig too. Dickinson did a pretty good job keeping him away from that rim.
Loyer missed it short, and the rebound out to McDaniel. Crucial 2 minutes here for Michigan to stay in contact.
McGill is so good. Isn't he? Look at him spacing beautifully. The nice spin away. How about that? Everything but. It makes you change a little.
Watching these bigs diagnose the situation in front of them is so fun to watch.
They have a great feel for the game, both of them. A little deep again.
Help came, it was a little late. Edey still can't score. Rebound Williams.
How about that screen?
And then Edey repels that ball. And now Newman, who got knocked down, gets knocked down again. And the ball ends up out of bounds to Michigan.
Newman got tangled up with the feet. A good knock call, really. Nothing malicious, but how about this one? How about this roadblock? Catch your chicklets. Oh, you got to give it away. Look to the corner for an open 3, and this is just a little misfortune. Plays both ends of the floor, though, Edey.
He really does. I mean, he's playing 31.5 minutes a game. Everybody's watching their choppers tonight. How hard this game's been played.
Big Ten. Space out.
Dickinson. That's a 2. They're going to check it during the break.
And what a great rotation. First, just a little bit late.
Keith Kimball made the signal to check it, to mark it, and so when we have a stoppage for halftime, they'll take a look and see if that was a 3. Looked like a 2 from here. Work pass to run it down, 10 to shoot for Loyer.
Empty side here, nice refusal.
He kept the dribble on the ground and missed it wide.
Nice run by the big guy again.
Ooh, we didn't finish. Bodies everywhere. We're going to get a foul against Purdue.
First, I think, underneath there. Dickinson doing a lot of nice things here. One of them is running the floor, getting in position to dominate. But you can just see first just a little bit late on that closeout. And a stroke.
Ooh,
a little butter. Killing it.
I think that might have been a 3, Brad.
Did they check?
They have not yet. I think they're going to wait until halftime. That's a tough look. I mean, they called it a 2 on the floor. I thought 3 from that look that we got from Keon Dolachahi, our producer. Good look, by the way.
Really good offensive set, too. As he drifts, yeah, I think he's behind the line, no question about it.
So I believe it's going to end up being 41-35, but right now we'll proceed as is.
good shot here. So a little zone look now, changes it. Foul line's wide open. Of course, you got the big guy right at the rim. Look at this. Say goodnight.
Edey got deep. Oh, he missed it long.
Plenty of time here.
Daniel wants to dribble. Got the screen from Dickinson. Hunter wants to fling it. He does, and he missed it wide.
I didn't really get a good shot out of that look.
Total points for these two. How fun has it been just to watch them survey? As you see, there's some foul trouble here for both these teams that we'll keep an eye on over the course of this second half. But watching them just take stock of what they have on each possession.
And what's also interesting is what the coaches have done in terms of where they're putting the other players. And, of course, the anticipated dive when they can get it. You need somebody else to get going here. Don't leave your feet.
Baker was fortunate there. Now that's denied by Mason Gillis, who starts the second half.
Oh, you got to fake it, bounce pass. Not a good play.
So Gillis starts the second half instead of Caleb first.
Don't leave him alone.
Because of that.
Talk about a second half player, though. He likes the moment, that kid. Where was the D?
Matt Painter mentioned that with freshmen, you typically don't get their best games on the road, especially in second halves on the road, but he's gotten that out of a guy like Loyer.
Tough competitor with some talent.
Dickinson skipped it to nowhere.
Yeah. John can't believe it. Anticipating maybe Dickinson, somebody being in that slot. Not a good start here against a very tough opponent.
At Michigan, you saw on the bench, our crew gave you the look at Jet Howard, who is out tonight with that ankle injury. He was going to try and give it a go. Did a little bit of work in shoot-around as Edey just buried Dickinson.
Oh, he does. Made him invisible. You got to be up the lane when it's at the top like that.
Purdue had a 15-0 run. Michigan closed 7-0 at the end of the first half, and now the Boilermakers by 11.
If they don't score, I think you need a timeout.
That quickly, huh?
Yeah, just to get them back.
McDaniel twirling and missing, and the rebound, Edey.
And, of course, no touch for the big fella. Not a good play.
Smith starts his move against McDaniel. Got caught in midair. Gillis the rescue. There's Edey again, and he rimmed it out. Gillis fell on top of the ball, fortunately for Purdue.
That's his game. Leaving it all out there. Nice cut with that curl. Not a good pass. Should have been the outside hand.
Buffkin rode that pretty well. He was right on him. Oh, he wants Edey. Buffkin scores.
He's got a nice little hesitation in his gait. Set the big guy up.
That takes some guts.
Yeah.
Would you have driven like that against Edey?
No. A little fadeaway, baby. Dickinson, nice job this trip, bodying up. A dribble handoff or just a handoff?
Smith, tough pass. Morton, the drive and score.
It's good to see him make that three early in the game. Attack at the rim, too, baseline.
Mr. Basketball in Pennsylvania, out of high school. He was sick a couple of years ago when he got to Purdue. Now playing about 26 minutes a game.
I know their roles on this Purdue team. It blends beautifully.
Buffkin,
pull up. He can get to that lane. Juan wants to step up the D, put a little more pressure.
Only 6 total turnovers in the first half by both teams combined.
Just a little pin down.
Nothing there from the high post for Edey. It's Loyer juggling the ball, wraparound pass. Edey's got 3, gotta go. Just got it off his hand and rolled it out again. Gillis in the line. This time he lost it.
That pass almost made him a soprano.
How do you know what tenor his voice is anyway? He doesn't talk a whole lot.
No, he doesn't. Have you interviewed him?
I have not.
No?
Have you?
No. But they say he's got a very...
There he's talking.
Personality.
On the gas pedal again.
Nice read.
Stolen by Smith.
Give it up. He's usually good giving it up early or late.
Morton missed it. Taken by Michigan. Here comes Williams with the head up for Baker into the three, and it's blocked away by Loyer.
No, that was Gillis. Gillis. Here we go. Nice job by Edey. Move him up the lane with a great little finish with the counter. Dickinson, head and shoulder.
Lead is 7 for Purdue. Under 16 to go.
They do a great job replacing two of their initial set. Always active.
Off the deflection, Morton feeds it in. Such a good post passer.
Don't leave him open. Forced it a little bit, but still made it.
He's so good at creating his own shot already.
But he knows, as a good shooter, you're aware of how to use screens, how to cut, the timing of the cut.
13 for Fletcher Loyer tonight, 10 to shoot for Michigan.
Oh, nice play by Loyer. What a read. That's what makes this team so tough.
Baker, no. Rebound Smith.
Good rebound there for his size, this kid. A nice feel. It's 5 a game.
Yeah, for a 6-foot dude.
Right?
Braden Smith. Dragging the defense into his own shot, a laser.
Nice patience, too. Little kiss. He's got like a brashness about him,
doesn't he?
He carries himself with an air of confidence.
But you talked about that, just watching him that first time we saw them against Marquette this year.
Nice little pump after his curl.
Tell you what, Kobe Buffkin's scoring at will right now.
He sure is. This is the end they're having their problems.
Kobe Buffkin, as so many have been named after the late Kobe Bryant.
Little 3-2 look. A little wide open if you want to throw. That's too deep for him. Nice help on the dig.
Dickinson got a hand on it. The help came, and Edey whistled it out of bounds to his coach.
And that's one of the key things, I think, when you play him. He puts it on the ground, then go after him. He brings it down to a human size.
Right.
Take advantage. And the 3-2 mesmerized a little bit. You switch the defense sometimes. Not that it's complex, but it shakes people's up in their flow.
You know, as you're talking about it, it's almost like, you know, as he's playing jacks, right? The ball goes down, you want to reach for it and get your hand in then.
I haven't played jacks since I was a youngster.
Since the Taft administration.
Not quite of an authority on it.
It's not hard to be an authority. The ball of jacks. Here's Dickinson for nice Buffkin. He wanted it.
And a nice look by the big guy. Didn't do anything silly, didn't rush it. Found his partner. Get those puppies organized.
That's 9 in the second half for Buffkin.
So important to get yourself available.
Newman lost it out of bounds. Turnover, Purdue.
All of a sudden, a little mesmerized on the defensive end. They can't get it going, Purdue, but right here, too many people cover. Newman really didn't have to be down there. They had the double cover.
You lose one guy, and suddenly, open look. Down the lane, Edey redirects it.
Nice tip to himself, Loyer.
Jenkins gave it up. Loyer didn't take the three. They'll settle.
Nice McDaniel cover, though.
It's Howard down low on the defense against First, and he'll get 2 free throws.
He does play some center once in a while when Edey is out.
That's 4 on Jace Howard, by the way.
A nice little move by First. He and Mason Gillis are interesting because they do so many things that don't show in the box score. Not necessarily that shot, but his offensive rebounding, his screening, his passing. And of course, Gillis makes a 3, hits on the floor, tough defensively, always in the right gap.
Caleb First at the line. He is something of a free spirit if you watch him at shoot-around.
Look at the two bigs having a conversation.
Yep. He's going to come out. Pop and Red will come in. Caleb First has got to be the first guy you've seen this year at shoot-around singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough in between free throws.
And what do you have, slippers on?
They were open-toed shoes without socks, and it's like 30 degrees here. He's a fun guy. First point for Caleb First on the first foul of the second half for either team. Howard with
nice
4
drive.
personals.
Little dribble drive. Dickinson kept everybody honest.
Loyer, hard cut, trying to get away. Down the lane, he's fouled.
I think Dickinson trying to help out. Again, the activity off the ball. Little curl play by Loyer. Low box area. How about that? And ran in a good spot, too. He may have been looking to pass it.
All ball, says Hunter Dickinson. First free throw good for Loyer, an 80% foul shooter.
Imagine he and his brother having a shooting contest.
Goodness gracious. Foster's done very well for himself down at Davidson the last couple of years. Michigan down 7 with the ball, trying to take down number 1. There's the help. There's a hard pass off at Cheddar out of bounds.
He's just in a hurry, really. The way it shows, he had options there, too. He had a dive in the middle of the lane and one on the baseline. Tough catch.
Probably doesn't have to put as much on it, right?
Right, but a lot of heat. Baseline bumps.
Against Purdue.
Yeah. Is he okay? I was thinking to Jameer tonight, kids were loosening up their jump shot from half court. That's how he would start. Getting ready for a game. Some great range.
Hunter Dickinson, they chased him out toward the baseline. He gave it up. McDaniel threw it to the corner. And Cheddar will have to reset this thing. Howard with his 4 fouls.
Not a good one here, but he gets to the free throw line.
Wren tried to wall up.
You know, at that timeout, Jawan was talking to Dickinson about his pass selection. It wasn't very good. Made a great kick opposite. It turned into a shot, but they're going to double like that. He's got to find the right shooter.
Did you run over in the huddle and hear him do that?
No, he did it before they got in the huddle and while you were preparing for your promos.
Arizona and Washington State coming up next. That's perfect comedic timing by our crew.
Watch Jace, too, in practice. Verbal with his teammates. Very supportive.
Free throws for him this year. I mean, he and Hunter Dickinson have taken that sort of leadership mantle for Michigan, and here comes a double. Jenkins felt it coming.
And Loyer really puts pressure on the defender. Nice hands here. He'll be right up on him.
It's off Buffkin, 10 to shoot.
When you play Loyer, you better get a good night's sleep.
He cut so hard along the baseline on that previous possession before the timeout.
And they set the screen up for him, too, and he reads it. Empty side here.
Loyer listened to the crowd. He had 5 to shoot it, and Edey still ends up with a rebound.
Coming in with his 4th nice tip away. Good hustle by Edey, though.
He reaches down. They're going to get a time. They're going to stop this before it gets a little combative, and Purdue will keep it.
Nice deflection by Dickinson. He's going to get a little blow now.
You know, it's interesting. Purdue is so good and so consistent of a post-passing team. I wonder if that helps an opposing big read where the post passes are going to go.
Well, I would think so. It's going to come with regularity. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
But I also, you have to be really good at distancing yourself from him, leading him to spots, beating him before he sets up, chesting him.
Jenkins knocks down a 3.
Early in the year, this kid, he's making some shots. He's a confident player. Well-traveled, I might add.
He was talking to us about being all over the world. He went to UNLV, South Dakota State, and has found a home here at Purdue. Utah, UNLV, South Dakota State. That won't fall for Howard.
Two-point guard mentality out on the floor. Little blow-by with some strength. Shatter numbers here. Should get an open look. Look at Gillis. He read that, sniffed it out.
Forced him into the half-court offense. Newman taking that time.
Got to get it to the other side.
Daniel kind of pinned to the sideline. Now up top, Howard on the drive. No, sir. Rebound, Edey on the weak side.
That's his 6th rebound, if I'm not mistaken. 16 double-doubles this year. Pretty impressive.
National Player of the Year candidate Zach Edey, certainly for the #1 team in the land after Houston's loss on Sunday in a foul against Michigan. Just the 5th foul of the half.
I think it was Edey making a cut. Try to tie him up a little bit. You read the article, right? Daniel about Matt. Yeah. Pretty impressive.
High praise for Matt Painter and what his mind brings to college basketball.
So understated. Doesn't look for any acclaim, any recognition, just does his job.
You know, he's in some ways, he's been on the committees and all that. You can call him the moral compass of college basketball in some ways. And they're going to get Edey for an illegal screen.
Got to be perfectly still.
Matt Painter, you look at what he's done at Purdue right after Gene Cady with his long tenure, and Painter, Boilermaker as of 1993, 403 victories.
How about that?
Behind the orange sport coat of Lou Henson.
And he has that sense of humor right on. He can shoot it. Can't give him much time, got to close.
Baker makes it a 7-point game at 9 to go.
All alone.
Edey rubbing on the kick. Here's Smith. Got it up top. It's Gillis who missed the 3. In the corner, goes on a bounce off Smith and saved by McDaniel.
Nice hustle play. Heads up. Playground maneuver. Gillis gets a really clean look here on that kick out. Unable to convert. Shoots him at 31%. That's what you have to do when you play a team like Purdue. Come up with all the little things. 50-50. Dive on the floor. Second effort on the glass.
Juwan Howard put his hand up to call the play to shield most of the people except for everybody at home because we have very accurate camera people.
Exactly.
McDaniel behind the screen from Reed. Probing and scoring. And now we have a whistle. I believe they're going to count the goal and a whistle on the action underneath.
They're going the other way.
So they'll count the basket.
Nice soft delivery with this floater.
And they get Reed.
Yeah, just so obvious there. You got to spin out of that. Don't just push. Part of the learning process.
That's 4 on Reed. 4 on Reed, 4 on Howard off the bench for Michigan.
This is where I think cutting becomes really important for this team. With Ren on there, a nice replacement by Gillis. Another look. We mentioned 31%. Confident kid.
He had just missed one, and he still takes the next one for his first 3 tonight.
Well, that's a comfort zone you have when you're in a program. Speaking of baseball earlier, he was a Little League kid, right? Hit a big home run.
He was standout baseball player. Got hurt his senior year of high school, but a tremendous baseball player.
There's runners on first and second.
2 down late in this game. McDaniel corner for 2.
2 of them in a row. Looking loosely right now.
See him drop into the stands. Here comes the Maze Rage wearing pink tonight. Purdue has had a lot of retorts.
They got red.
Here he is, the freshman against Dickinson. Spun him baseline, got him, and he put it in.
He bit on that little pump fake. Nice play. Plays with some confidence. This kid's a comer. He's pretty good. I'd go through Dickinson now. Size disparity. You can shoot it.
Jenner, too strong. Rebound Purdue. Maybe not the best shot for Michigan there.
I'd like if it was a kick out from Dickinson, I would have liked it more.
Mark that one. It was an 8-point game, 63-55. See if Purdue scores here. Kaufman ran a rim run and a foul.
How about the read by Smith? Normally it's the lob to Edey that we've been accustomed to.
Yeah, they're plus 175 in points at the line this year, and in attempts, Purdue is plus 220 for the year, in part because of Edey. And so a three-point play chance for Trey Kaufman-Renn. And he missed it.
Who's there?
What a point. Gillis went to the ground and spiked down the Michigan player as they untangle the bodies. Bufkin went down hard with Gillis kind of in control of him.
I don't think it was anything malicious, though. Just an aggressive rebound. Again, what he does for this team. But I would not want him landing on top of me, would you?
No, I'm out for that.
Now, that's just momentum. Oh boy, he hit his head too.
He did. It's going to be Michigan ball, but Bufkin paid for it. What do you need from Michigan here?
Again, I'm getting old school here. Just give the big guy. There's an empty side ball screen to pin down. Now he locks in the lane, but they don't get it to him. Now Baker, how about that? Got himself in position too. Didn't stand and count the house.
Second three for Joey Baker in the last couple of minutes. Michigan within 7. The sideline, not a whole lot of real estate, and Loyer. We're going to get a foul against Purdue down low.
Is that Dickinson or no?
It's on Kaufman-Renn. It's his third.
Dickinson was in the middle. Thought they were going to get him for it. There's a little, yeah, no question about it. Now, here's one thing they've said this year about refereeing: call the first foul.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Well, the first foul was not called, and Renn gets called. Do you follow my sequence here?
Call the first.
Yeah, and you pay for it.
2 on Kaufman-Renn, by the way, not 3. So the second on Trey Kaufman-Renn. 7-point game. Bufkin hasn't taken a shot.
The first time they played with the 2 bigs.
That's the first shot in 8 minutes for Kobe Bufkin.
Oh, what's this blow by? Ooh, crossover. Dynamite.
Braden Smith just snaking to the rim to make it a 9-point game.
Yeah, nobody saw the ball either. This has got to go inside. You got the 2 bigs on the floor.
It's first down there on Dickinson. Edey is across the lane playing sort of strong safety. Now he comes to help.
Look at this double. That may be the largest double in the history of mankind. First at Edey.
What an interesting coverage pattern there, huh?
Very much so.
Smith swatting away at McDaniel. Nearly dragged the foot. Now he pops it for Edey. Big target. Left hand score.
Boy, as he worked on his game. Showed a little excitement and enthusiasm as well. Look at Smith almost comes up with the steal.
The bigs had been pretty quiet in the second half. A lot of guard work and a 9-point Purdue lead. Morton on skates against
good
Bufkin.
defender. How about that?
It's a really good possession.
Forced him into a tough shot.
Purdue by 9, moving to 4 minutes to go here in Ann Arbor, where the Boilermakers lost by 24 last year.
A little tie-up. I think Baker. Once again, Loyer busy.
6 on Michigan. Next one's a 1-and-1. If it's on the floor. Mason Gillis for Caleb first. Gillis in the corner. Missed it for 3. Rebound for Michigan and Bufkin. Gillis goes out to flash and show. Now Dickinson, quick touch pass, gave it up, and Morton is going to get called for the foul.
Just couldn't turn him around there. Dickinson and two bigs. We've enjoyed watching.
These two guys, Matt Painter trying to get another 1 seed, another double bye. Purdue every year gets a double bye in the Big Ten tournament. Michigan needs a win pretty badly to help its tournament resume with a net of 77 over the past couple days.
Edey on Reed Jr. He's just zoning up in the lane. A little pick and pop. Need one to go. Nice run down.
Buffkin to sit for him.
So alert. Good dive to the rim.
Massive second half for Kobe Buffkin. Hung around between 5 and 11 all half. Purdue and Michigan. Edey.
Gamble, they got away with it. Nice swipe. He went topside. A little squeeze drop step. An easy deuce for the big fella.
Dickinson's been so active with that hand, trying to redirect passes into Edey.
These two have had conversations all game. And they know one another.
A little more repartee coming. For the final three, Loyer got hogtied, hits a tie-up, and Purdue's going to keep it with 3 to shoot.
Loyer's going to have those opportunities, going to close out on him. Such a good shooter.
Loyer was litigating for a foul there with James Breeding over on the sideline.
Dickinson and Edey just chatting again.
Sports and inclusion in the Big East Conference Wednesday, February 1st, only on FS2. 3 to shoot here for the Boilermakers. Loyer pull-up, missed it short. Edey, no.
Nice job by Dickinson. Keep Edey in abeyance.
That's going to be a big day, by the way, on FS2. Had to roll right in with the 3 on the shot clock, but a big promotion here at Fox Sports. Buffkin needs some points for Michigan, down 7.
I like him. Had the play come into his strong hand, too. Step back, tough shot.
Left it short, Morton was right in his pocket.
Yeah. Too much one-on-one. Occasionally you'll see him get stuck bouncing the ball a little bit too much.
Buffkin 11 here in the second half. Might feel a little bit like he's got to do it himself.
Well, no Jet. Obviously, big letdown. But for his safety and the future this year, probably the smart thing to do. He was ambling a little bit yesterday, didn't you think?
Yeah, and he tried to do some stuff and shoot around. Couldn't really, as Smith puts it in, just lifted on in with the left.
How clever, going to that left hand knowing the damage was going to be on his right. And Edey just occupies people.
Number 1 Purdue taking over with Houston's loss against Temple on Sunday. Boilermakers and Michigan State coming up this Sunday. That got into the corner. 3 no good. Rebound battle taken away by Gillis.
He fights you, doesn't he?
He does.
Competed with Dickinson on that one. Matt wanted to use a little bit of clock. Less possessions for Michigan. Need to stop right here. Nice challenge.
Blocked by Reed and taken by Buffkin.
And Dickinson at the rim now, so you could take an early shot.
And we're going to get a timeout. Juwan Howard did not like how that was setting up.
It looked like they had something early on.
Well, just to be clear, what you were saying is with Dickinson down there, you got a chance at an offensive rebound.
Exactly. At first he may have out-sprinted, but they covered him. And then you got him right at the rim on the inside position as well. Well, these two bigs haven't let you down. They've been fun to watch.
No, and the teams have played through them generally, even when they haven't scored.
But no question. The only Dickinson's shortcomings, maybe a couple of errant passes, some heat on them, or bad location kind of, but overall, very impressive, both bigs.
71-62 Purdue. Edey has 19, Loyer with 15, Kobe Buffkin, the majority of that in the second half. Dickinson, just 4 in the second half. But you said it, Purdue, this team knows who it is, and they are such a better defensive team than last year's team that got bounced by St. Peter's.
They can beat you on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end. Everybody knows their role. And very efficient, fluid, The activity off the ball is sensational. You don't talk about it much because cutting is certain that's hidden, but their reads are good. They get in the right spot, good location, and willing passers.
So Michigan down 9, $1:22 to go, and it's not easy for Michigan. The next couple of games, they're on the road for 2. They're at Penn State, and Micah Shrewsbury's done a phenomenal job there in year 2. And then at Northwestern, and Chris Collins has a much better team than the last couple of seasons.
How about that job he's done all year long? And right now, defensively, the key is to force Michigan to use some clock. You would expect it's going to come through Dickinson. He's got first on him. Let's see if they can get him on the box here.
Buffkin scanning, was met by Morton, and you got hit in the eye maybe? Let's see, what do we have? Keith Kimball's...
A shoe came off.
And they're going to stop play. You don't see that a lot.
No, you don't.
I mean, typically, a shoe malfunction just says, well, get rid of the ball and go get your shoe when you can.
Maybe protecting the player, though, from an injury. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. Morton's looking for the walk as well.
It's within the discretion of the official to do so, but you just don't see it customarily that often, although we do get a chance to see those very stylish socks. Kobe Buffkin. All right.
Ready to go?
We never take enough moments in life. We're all looking at our phones all the time. Just taking a moment to watch somebody tie their shoe. Just a moment to reflect in this fast-paced society.
You're easily amused.
That is very true. Here's Buffkin with 2 shoes. Lift off, and he missed it.
Good pull-up, though. Again, this team, savvy.
You go for a read. 1 minute remaining.
Michigan's not fouling.
Of course, they couldn't score to set up any full-court pressure the last couple of trips.
He's trying to pass out of the double here, and it's intercepted by Reed.
Gotta go quick. Ooh, again. That's the second time the roadblock.
And Dickens, he pumps Morton to the ground, then pops in a 3.
Almost a turnover. Baker with a good play. They got a timeout. What a steal by him. And that was all Juwan. The players were running back. He sort of get down and press a little bit. They get a timeout. Good heady play by Baker.
The timeout, Michigan. 34 seconds to go.
Boy, how about that? He just pins people. Big fella. A little nylon. Well, he gets them organized. And then look at Juwan in the background there, telling these guys, come on, get up. They finally ring the bell and get your defense organized, maybe get another steal. In this case, yes, and a timeout as well.
So it's a 6-point game, 2 possessions, 34 seconds to go. Timeout, they have 1 left. What do you want out of this possession?
I think you got to go as fast as you can. If it's the deuce, take it. A lot of times when you drive hard, you're going to find a kick-out pass. We know Baker can make outside. I don't know if Shedder's coming in now. Buffkin can make a 3. But I think give Dickinson a touch in that box there. Let's see if they stay big. Yeah, Reed Jr.'s coming in with them. Maybe just a high-low duck-in for Dickinson. He is very good at establishing position. And he's got the smaller first on him as well. McDaniel on a pin.
So here is McDaniel. Purdue still has a foul to give. Dickinson, 25 seconds to go. Baker over Loyer. Missed it.
How about that rebound?
How about it?
Wait. Baker bounced off him about 3 feet. Talk about his physique, too. Strong. Upper body as well as those pins to go. This is just a great contest. Now watch Baker. It's like, oh, my goodness. How about that? A great contest by Loyer as well. Nothing goes unnoticed with Matt.
Bowling ball off a bumper there. 1-1, Edey. Missed it.
Go quick.
Baker down 6. Into
How about that?
There's the 2.
Nice spin drop step.
That's the closest Michigan's been all half. They do have one timeout remaining.
They got a nice double here.
It's a 1-and-1 for Loyer. He's an 80% free throw shooter.
I had to give it quick, though. Thought they had a pretty good trap going, though, maybe.
They did.
Get a double up out of it. But how about this drive? This just a great spin out by a guy known for his shooting. Big time delivery. He did not want to give him a 3-point play.
Loyer was so key down the stretch in East Lansing. This one's good.
Kid's got ice. Going to get stronger each year, too. This league, you've got to be stronger to put the ball on the ground, too. Trying to get by guys.
Mentally and physically. I mean, Fletcher Loyer, we talked about his dad, a longtime scout in the NBA, his father, John, brother Foster down at Davidson. Second free throw's good. There's the Loyer family in the crowd.
Edey probably looking for a 3 to call him the last time out.
So the Boilermakers so far are unbeaten on the road in the Big Ten. They've won 6 straight overall. Here are their road games. This would be their 6th consecutive road win in Big Ten play, including the game at the Palestra, which basically was a road game. Can they run the table is the question.
It's unheard of.
Right?
It's virtually impossible. But at this point, they got the potential to get better because they're deeper. They're not concerned about different types, big lineup, small lineup. And again, they can hang their hat on the defensive end, and on the road, that always sells.
I would only quibble with travel experts on the graphic because they didn't have a smooth trip here. The bus got a flat tire about an hour out on Tuesday. They had to move the trip up, so they couldn't move the flight up. They got on the buses, came here from West Lafayette.
How about that?
The old flat tire.
They said that they lifted it right up and kept going.
On 3 wheels or whatever.
A 3-wheeler.
The beeping off the console wasn't exactly ideal, we heard, but look, you get here, maybe get a win. 6-point game. Cheddar throws it.
Plays the whole way, that kid.
And they're going to whistle it out of bounds.
That's the second time. Last time he almost came up with one as well.
He just became best friends with Sports Information Director Chris Foreman over on the sideline.
Nice to see Chris. Those guys do a great job for us. Time Wyrot as well.
There's Chris getting a little FaceTime. This nearly gets away from McDaniel. And there's the foul to give by Smith. So that's 6 on Purdue, 9.9.
His third personal.
Heady kid. Boy, that extension so important and valuable between a coach and a point guard.
You can see it right away. Just a tremendous.
We saw him early, right?
Yeah. Against Marquette, 3rd game of the year. 6-point game. Tough shot. Banked it in. It's a 3-point game. Baker makes it 73-70. Who knows now?
Gotta give her right away.
Newman will go to the line, and Brandon Newman 19 for 25 at the line this year. It's going to be the junior from Valpo.
How about this? Big time kiss. You never know with that 3-point play. Contested pretty well. Baker's had some really good minutes.
9 in the second half. It's a 1-and-1 for Newman on the 9th foul against Michigan. Wolverines are out of timeouts. 3-point game. Newman got it.
Big time, huh? Nice and smooth.
Matt Painter says no foul. Second one is good for Newman. A 5-point lead for number 1 Purdue. It's Baker. Dickinson for Baker with 1 second. That's no good. And Purdue finishes off Michigan just the Boilermakers' second win here in the last 9 tries keeps them at number 1.
Yeah, Matt's guys really were solid both ends of the floor. Michigan really gave the best they could without Jett. Very impressive performance by them as well.
Purdue goes to 20-1 for the first time in school history. For Bill Raftery, our entire wonderful crew, Jason Benetti saying farewell from Ann Arbor, Arizona.